Hi, my name is Pranav Kulkarni, and this is going to be a demo on the bonus points of Homework 5 Software Engineering class. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a VM on AWS using Ansible and also configure that VM and run a web application on that VM using Ansible. So I have a master VM running on my local machine, which is brought up by Vagrant, and I have my Ansible setup already as specified in the previous video. So as you can see, I already have my Ansible 2.2.0, and what I'm going to do first is spin up an AWS VM using the Ansible master node, which is running on my local machine. And before I move on, I'm just going to show you that I have my keys set up in the keys directory. Now this keys directory has a key file, which is nothing but a key pair that I have already set up on my AWS. So as you can see here, I have two keys. I've just copied one of them, which is like Pranav key pair name, and I have the entire SSH private key inside the remote VM key here on my VM. This is required to be able to SSH later on when I actually create the AWS VM. Cool. So I'm going to create a playbook which is going to spin up an AWS VM, and this is going to be that playbook. And also, as mentioned in the previous video, I have my environment variables for the AWS access key and secret key already set up. And here I've also provided my key name for now, which actually is my key pair name on AWS. And I have some important packages like Boto installed. I'm going to run this playbook, which will go ahead and create remote VM on AWS. Oops, there was a slight problem in the file that I copied. There's a typo actually. Let me just remove this I. Cool. Right, so yeah. So this is now spinning up a VM on AWS. Let's see what we have here. Refresh. Okay. Cool. So as you can see, I have one running instance, and this instance is going to be used to log in from my Ansible server. I'm going to take this public IP address and create an inventory file. So as you remember, my key was remote VM.key file, which contains my key pair. The Ansible SSH user will be Ubuntu because I spin up an Ubuntu VM on AWS, and this is going to be the public IP address of that remote EC2 instance. Oops. Yeah, and I can name whatever I want to this node. I'm going to say remote VM itself. Cool, so this is going to be my inventory file. Okay, and now I'm going to actually create the playbook. So as seen in the earlier video, this playbook basically um, will install some basic packages like npm, node.js, git, and also create an app directory, do a git checkout, and install the packages. There is one slight change that I have to make here because my um, remote VM on AWS is an Ubuntu machine. I need to edit my playbook.yml with the following. So this is the difference between running on a vagrant VM and running on an Ubuntu AWS EC2 machine. Cool. So if you look at all the files that I have, so I have a playbook.yml, which is actually the Ansible playbook that I'm going to run. It's going to do a git checkout of the web application, which I'm going to run on the remote AWS machine. And the inventory file has the public IP address to be able to SSH, and the keys, of course, will contain the private key to be able to SSH successfully into that EC2 machine. So I have everything ready. I'm going to provide my inventory file and run. This takes a little while to do all the configuration. Basically, it's just trying to install all the packages like npm, node.js, git curl mentioned here. And the next task would be to create an app directory where the remote git repository will be cloned, then runs an npm install, and then starts a node.js application, and then also ensures some of the uh, packages versions uh, that those versions are the latest. So let's wait till all the tasks are completed. Awesome. So all the tasks have run successfully. Now let's actually check this IP address, which is our EC2 instance, and see if we have the web application running there. There we go. So we get a hello from that web application, which means uh, our Ansible playbook has successfully installed all the packages and cloned the repository and also started the web application. So this completes our exercise of spinning up an AWS EC2 instance and also configuring that remotely through Ansible. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.